Ductwork. Baron Wormser. Dave Mitchell doesn't see the picture in the newspaper of Abdul Munim Ali Hamoud, who is gesturing in a grimace of grief toward the corpse of his 22-year-old son, who was blown up by a lunatic in a car full of explosives. It's not on the front page of the local paper, which has a picture of a moose, because the moose lottery was that day. And the right to legally shoot a moose is a big deal in Maine. Though who knows how many are poached for meat or shot for the evil hell of shooting something. Dave doesn't read the paper anyway. Words give him a headache. And he's got enough to think about. What with driving his truck around, delivering ductwork to contractors who are installing ventilation and heating systems, and you name it, restaurants, laundromats, stores, garages, offices. Probably when you're sitting and eating pork fried rice, you don't think about the ductwork and how the fans are blowing those hot oil fumes out into the night. But it's got to be there. And Dave is good with it because it's steady work and he's married with a little girl. Though things have turned frosty between his wife and him. They make love rarely, and when they do, it's over fast. Two busy cogs, a narrow duty. When Dave watches the women on the street, he craves them with a longing that goes beyond wishing. He needs their bodies, needs to touch their nipples and cup their breasts and break loose inside of them. It's a bad feeling because he loved his wife and doesn't know where that love went. Sure as shit is not in the Daily with his headline moose story. Dave used to hunt deer, but doesn't do more now than keep his rifle clean. And come winter, sit in a nice fishing shack with some buddies and gab about what happened to so-and-so and drink Jim Beam. There are worse things, like pulling your back out, the way Rick Davis did at work last week. Or being a father in Baghdad who has no 22-year-old son anymore. Who has nothing but the air to move his hands around it. We can't live without that air. Dave knows that. And sometimes, when he's idling at a light and surrounded by spewing exhaust pipes, he can imagine we'll ruin that. We'll get up one morning, start gasping, turn blue. Right now, though, it's lunchtime on the road, which means pulling the truck into Burger King and eyeing a woman in another line and wondering what he'll do tonight when he gets home. Maybe he'll finger the remote and see what's on.